heart is so heavy today because, like I said, when you've gone through some things and you've seen God bring you out on the other side, it just makes me happy. These are happy tears. These aren't sad tears. So y'all pray for me. Cry, right? Jesus, you're the center of my joy. And all that's good and perfect comes from you. You're the heart of my commitment, hope for all I do. Oh, Jesus, you're the center of my joy. When I've lost my direction, you're the compass on my way. You're the guiding light when the nights are long and cold. In sadness, you are the laughter, my family and my friend. When I'm all alone, your hand is there to hold. Oh, Jesus, you're the center of, come on, help me out, my joy. Yes, he is. And all that's good and perfect comes from you. Oh, yes, it does. Come on, say it. You're the heart of my contentment, hope for all I do. Oh, Jesus, come on, say it. You're the center of my joy. Say it. You are why I find pleasure in the simple things in life. You're the music, my family and my home. Oh, the music in the meadows as the children play in the yard. You're my family, my hand to hold. Does anybody know what I'm talking about today? Oh, Jesus, you're the center of, come on, say, my joy.
Amen. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you so much for that beautiful song. Because Jesus is the center of our joy. Amen. Now I would like to introduce a young lady by the name of My Joy McGee. Let's give her a hand of applause as she come up.
Amen.
Good morning. Good morning. So, I'm going to be doing a poem by Maya Angelou, but first, I want to tell you a little about her. So, she was born April 4th, 1928 in St. Louis, Missouri, and she died May 28th, 2014 at the age of 86. She was a writer, a poet, and a civil rights activist. And she only had one child, and she had many notable works. The poem I'm going to be reading is called Still I Rise. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise.
All right now.
Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I'll rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. Like I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, swelling, welling and swelling like I bear the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise.
Go, girl.
Sing
came a long way. And it wasn't nobody but the Lord that brought us through. To God be all the glory. I would like to say good morning to each and every one of you that are here this morning in Radio Land. We are New Pilgrim Baptist Church at 8225 South Main Street. And in our Bishop absent, Bishop R.A. McKinley and First Lady McKinley, we like to say we miss you guys on today. But welcome to the Black History today. And we like to bring up a brilliant gentleman that I admire, Brother Steve Williams, that is very adamant in our black history, which we all should be. But I thank God for his wisdom. I would like to bring him up now. He will teach us a little about black history. Amen?
Good morning. Good morning. We have had as blacks since we've been in America, just about everything pushed at us, thrown at us, and everything against us. In this speech today, well, not going to be a speech, I'll show some pictures and stuff. I would like to say the history books has omitted to put our accomplishments in them. We don't know nothing about what we accomplished and what our contribute was to this nation and its growth. Amen. But we do know that we worked hard and God blessed us to live through these situations. Amen. I have some pictures down there. And every month in the year, anybody born in December?
I am.
Okay. There was 31 days in December. And the 31 days, out of 31 days, there was something accomplished by a black person in each day. And if you go through these, from December to November to October to September to August to July to June to May to April to March to February and to July, every day in those months, a black person accomplished something to contribute to this society.
Yes, sir.
We need the young people in here to learn that they need to know that they are not just bystanders in this world, they are leaders. And they need to know something about their history in order for them to accomplish these goals.
Amen.
If we sit back and do not do nothing, nothing would happen. But thank God that I have a picture here is a person that almost been forgotten. It's about 10 of them left now.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more 10. There was quite a few in Cleveland a while ago. And I would like to say that's the Tuskegee Airmen.
Amen.
And they was the fighting peoples in World War II. Now this guy have no critic, have got little small critic. Just a little critic for his accomplishments. But he was a scientist that above scientists. He created stuff. Henry Ford liked him so well that he donated money. He would go stay at his lab for weeks at a time to donate money. Henry Ford had an ulterior motive for doing it. He wanted George Washington Carver to invent something so they wouldn't have to use gasoline.
Right there, right there. Stay there.
Okay. This is 12th disciples. Well, I wouldn't be blessed if I didn't show you the 12 disciples of Jesus.
Amen.
This tells you that during the Civil War, the Civil War, that we had doctors, black doctors, we had nurses, black nurses, everything in the Civil War that they had colonels, they had sergeants and everything. They just drop it on the floor and take this. Thank you. And this, okay, you can drop it. This has Langston Hughes and other people's on it. This has Barack Obama. Drop it. And this has Oprah Winfrey right here by my finger. And the first black millionaire woman was who? Just lay them down.
Lay it down.
The first millionaire black woman was Madam C.J. Walker.
Yes.
Yeah. So you women can be praised of yourself, you black women, because y'all have took care of our black kids, our black men, and you have took care of everybody, even the white folks, you took care of them too. Because many times you was nursing them and raising them. Okay. And this is Rosa Parks. They called her the what? She started what kind of action? I need a prop man. This was she was the leader of the Montgomery bus thing. But we not just gonna start with pictures. I think I'll just stop doing the pictures because they ain't working out too good. I think I got 6. I don't know how many more minutes I got. But anyway, I would like to talk to you about us as a race. Us as a race, what we have done and how accomplishments was done. The first Wall Street was in existence was in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They call it Black Wall Street. They destroyed it in 2 days, May the 31st and June the 1st. They had planes to come over and bomb this district, the whole district. They bombed it to say that they was superior to us. We did not have planes and stuff to fly with, but we did have a lot of money and stuff that they destroyed. Now, today's situation is the black peoples are not united. We cannot put nothing together. We cannot put nothing together and say that it's going to work. Because every time two black ladies move into a house, the first one that moved there say, I'm the boss. They are not united. We have to learn and get our subconscious mind conscious to the fact that everybody else is progressing except who? The black people. We're not progressing. We're at a standstill. We need to do what God wants us to do. Let's trust each other, love each other, and be each other's friend. These are the things that we need to do in order to be successful in our endeavor as black race.
True. Yes.
But I sometimes I sit down and I read about how many battles they had, what the battles came from, where we came from, how we got here. And the slave ships, they was a big business because when they found out they could sell us, they started making big ships and making them with, if anybody ever got Middle Passage, you see, you stand into a cubicle for 30 days where they'll bring you across the ocean. And the first stop they was like in Portugal. They would take you to Portugal and sell you. Then they would take you someplace else and sell you. And when you get to the United States, you're worth $1,000 a piece.
Okay.
So, $1,000. And the big problem was with the slavery was we were selling our own peoples. They would go to the Gold Coast. They would go to the West, White Coast, all of the coasts of Africa. And they would tell the kings, or whoever was in charge, that we want all your prisoners. And they would give them trinkets for these prisons, for these peoples.
Yeah.
They wouldn't give them no money. They would take a lot of beads like they do in New Orleans when they have Mardi Gras and stuff. And this is what they were playing with. But we are proud peoples because we had parents, we had people that taught us how to survive. We survived through everything.
Yeah.
We survived through wars, we survived through segregation, we survived against depressions. All these things we survive against, and it's only because God put us in His hand and take us where He wants us to be. If you notice that the Israelites was 400 years or so in Egypt, but God did what? Moved them out of Egypt. We have to put our trust in God and make Him the head of our life, so we can and we will overcome.
Amen.
The thing that I believe to my heart, that there are angels around each one of us.
Thank you.
And these angels' job is to protect us from sin.
All right.
But we know that God, Almighty God, has got His hand under us. So many things happen and you wonder why they happen. He wants you to see what will happen if He moves His hand.
All right.
He wants you to see that.
Yeah.
And we are so naive that we're naive enough to ignore it.
Yes.
And we know that God is in our favor.
Yes. History.
Yeah. The history of the black man, I do not know where we came from to begin with. Because if you read ancient history, they say we derived from monkeys.
That's not true.
No, it's not true because God created what?
Man.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. We have to look at things from a positive aspect and expect us, we carry the message to our young kids, to our middle-aged kids, and to our old kids, if possible, that God is in control of this world.
Yes.
That God wants you to be better than you was, than they was.
Yes.
And make sure we got 30 people here today. We need 45 or 50 young people to listen to this so they can maybe absorb some of it or retain some of it. So if they retain just a little bit of it, yeah, they would be better off.
Yes. Amen.
They would be able to trust each other and be more like God-like.
That's true.
But we don't carry the message to them, so how is they to know that what they're supposed to do?
Amen.
We have to get up out of our butt and do something good a right for the kids.
Amen.
You remember 81, they took prayer out of school.
History.
They took discipline from the houses.
Yeah.
All these things are detrimental to our race.
Yes, it is.
Because if we don't raise them right, they're going to grow up and do that round thing, what they call it, when you go to jail and go back. A circle. Yeah. That's what you will be doing, and your kids will be doing, and all the kids will be doing the same thing. I offered somebody a job for $10 an hour, and they told me no, I can work for $10 an hour. But it was strange that you can't work for $10 an hour, but you can stand up by this liquor store all day. So, I'm just,
Right? Amen.
telling facts,
Exactly.
And I'm going to get back to something else. Now, I want this to be on TV, to look at the 44th president. And he was a man among men. His name is Barack Obama. Yes. And we need more men like him. And if you look in the White House and we see what we got running now, we a long ways off. But we already got the devil in the White House. We just got to get him out. Yeah, we got to get him out. But I like George Washington Carver because he had a struggle, but he invented so much stuff. You know what some of your hair dye came from? Peanuts. Peanuts.
George Washington.
I started to read you what you call them for potato pie, but everybody know how to make potato pie. Yeah. He made potato pies too, and different things to on that brochure. It has the recipe for potato pie. But if you can take a peanut and make about 80 different products with it, and you don't receive any monetary funds for that, all you did, and you don't get the credit after you die for all that you did also, it's ridiculous. And you just think about Grandma T. Woods. Edison sued him 19 times. Edison lost 19 times. And that word that we say sometimes, the real McCoy, it came from a man, Elijah McCoy. Elijah McCoy was a scientist, above scientists, because they used to make this train and railroad boxcars with ball bearings. And if they would go more than 50 miles, the ball bearings would burn out. He made some apparatus that you could grease the ball bearings as the train moved along, and it wouldn't have to stop. Every time he made a new product, he got paid. Grandma T. Wood made his money from GE, and he would put everything on a patent when he started thinking of it. If we think of something, if you got kids that think they want to draw and get off of those, what are the paper machines?
iPad, cell phone.
Yeah. Get off of those things and try to take a pencil and draw something that will be beneficial to society. Let them do that. Help them to do it. Ask them, what is it? Because that's the only way we're going to progress. You can sit down and pray all you want. God give you the knowledge to do certain things. And the things he gave you the knowledge to do was be good to each other.
Amen.
Amen.
I know, give you a few minutes. The thing is, everybody should strive to be better than the man before you,
Amen. Amen.
than the woman before you,
Yes.
and that the boy before you, and the person that dies. You strive to be better than them. You strive to be better than the ones that die.
Amen.
Amen.
So God can bless you and give you all your potential. Thank you.
Amen.
Let's give him a round of applause. That was good.